when Ultra HD just isn't ultra enough. All right, I really gotta know. I need to hear it down in the comments below this video. What display resolution are you watching this video on? Are you on 1080p? Are you on 4K? Any of you out there maybe checking this on an 8K TV? Drop me those comments. I'm curious to see where we're at in terms of resolution adoption. I really want to get back to this kind of use on phones. It was something I tried to do more of last year, but then that kind of fell by the wayside, what with all the shelter in place. But really trying to produce and make things from phones, show how they can complement other cameras and other audio solutions in our workflow. So if you have the means, I am shooting this in 8K. So if you can, if you've got the bandwidth, try to put this out as an 8K feed, even if you're only on a 1080p or a 4K display. Actually, that conversion, watching 8K video on a UHD display should look really good. And I'm just walking around my condo complex. It's kind of a breezy, overcast day, some really pretty clouds, just giving us some changes in light, so we should be able to see how the OnePlus 9 handles that light. But because there's breeze, I might be moving to this lavalier mic that I've got on right now. This is the Rode Wireless Go 2. So you might hear some of that rustling noise, the mic against my shirt, or hopefully if it's not too windy, or if these mics do a good job of filtering out wind noise, we can hear what the audio is like from the camera. So I'll try and make sure that there's some kind of notification where the audio is coming from. Otherwise, there's nothing really fancy happening here. I've got the phone mounted to my Rode Vlogger kit. It's just a handle. This isn't a gimbal. This isn't anything motorized. Everything that you're seeing is pretty easily accessible from the phone. So a shot like this shouldn't be tremendously difficult if you were just holding the phone yourself while trying to do a walk and talk. Early impressions on this phone are very positive. I'm feeling pretty strong on the OnePlus 9 Pro. Some of my early experiences on the Galaxy S21 were a bit concerning. Performance instability, some of the thermal throttling that we were seeing, the fact that Samsung pre-throttled the S21 out of the box. And here, this new chipset, this new SoC from Qualcomm it's a high performance, aggressive chipset, but that also means it uses a ton of power and it can generate a surprising amount of heat. So we need to make sure that we're getting those thermals out. We're really handling heat and that we're able to do that efficiently. It seems so far in my early testing that OnePlus is doing a better job of considering the performance impact of this hardware. If I had to use kind of a cheeky phrase to describe this, a Snapdragon 888 in a Galaxy versus a Snapdragon 888 in a OnePlus, they're not going to be radically different animals. They're not going to be radically different performance profiles. But the OnePlus just seems more well-mannered. It's better balanced, it sustains longer, still runs pretty hot, and it's not hard to nuke this battery if you really hit this phone hard. The OnePlus 9 Pro does not slow down for anything that I've thrown at it so far. And obviously the other major claim being made here is improved camera performance. From the OnePlus 8 Pro, OnePlus has been on the right train for hardware. But there have always been these little issues that I've had with the software. If you really got a feel for the OnePlus 8 Pro, it was not difficult getting incredible content out of that camera. This as a sort of proof of concept. We're doing 8K video here, and if you haven't noticed, I've been moving back and forth between the standard and the ultra-wide camera sensors, and it's just phenomenally easy to capture a shot, to frame it, to look directly into these oversized camera sensors on the back of the phone and trust pretty reasonably that you're going to be captured well, that the phone is going to do its part of the job in making sure that your content looks good. And you can miss me with that techie concern, the clutching of pearls. What will the average consumers think of this OnePlus 9 Pro? And that's a non sequitur. It's a red herring. It's not part of this conversation. Average consumers are shopping average phones. Those average phones have gotten really good. Galaxy A series, Pixel 4a, Nords, TCLs, they're covered. We're talking about a very specific kind of hot rod performance, unique features, custom camera sensors, a partnership with Hasselblad. This is a different conversation. Anyone shopping at this near $1,000 tier has to have expectations on a very niche and specific kind of smartphone use. I know there are gonna be people out there that wanna own a nice phone. They just wanna spend some money on something nice. Totally understand that. But if we're techies and we're making these rational purchasing decisions based on the merits of a device, what it can do, what it has to offer, finding the compromises that make the most sense for us, this is a very specific flavor of Android smartphone. And seriously, I cannot stress this enough. Just coming back to a phrase like well-mannered. I'm rolling these clips back to back to back to back. I mean, there's very little downtime in between each of these setups. As I'm just moving, I'm walking around my little condo complex, I'm stopping this clip, pushing record again, stopping this clip, pushing record again, and this phone is keeping with me this entire time. It's not even that warm to the touch, even though we're kind of mid 70 degrees out here, and this phone is running its screen bright and using its cameras to its peak capacity. It just kind of felt good getting out of the house for a bit, stretching my legs, kind of improving my step count. I'm definitely getting a bit soft around the midsection. Got to do a bit better about all that. I'm gonna have plenty more to talk about, plenty more to say about the OnePlus 9 Pro. I'm going through my camera deep dive, some audio testing, but I wanted to get some early thoughts out in a way where we could really start putting this phone to the test. It's not so fun when it's, just reading off the reviewer's guide to tell you the things that you kind of already knew. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel. Supporting your favorite content creators has never been more critical than it is today, so I greatly appreciate those of you who are. You're checking out the links down below these videos, maybe you're shopping a little merch. That kind of stuff really does help keep production rolling on this channel. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, Facebooks, Instagrams, and we'll catch you all on the next video.